How's it going, YouTube? Here we are, season six. Every year I jump on here. It's turning out, and in February, do a goals video for the year, and then at the end of the year, I tend to jump on and see how I did with my goals. A bunch of new subscribers, which is really awesome. So maybe a little quick lay of the land of what goes on around here if you're new. Yeah, this is sort of a golf channel where I just sort of document my efforts to play competitive golf. I now play senior amateur competitive golf, so a little bit different sort of 55 and over than maybe you see on some of the other channels. And then I also sort of have a couple parameters that keep me focused on trying to be efficient. So I don't have a car right now, so I do this all with public transportation, and I try to do it within a pretty limited budget. Those things will impact upon how many tournaments I can play, where I can play, and things like that. So, also maybe just a little lay of the land. Where have I been? Where am I at now? I started playing tournament golf, let's say age 11 in the 80s. Played with some great. Played in Canada. Played with some really good Canadian golfers that have gone on to win the Masters. A couple guys that went on to play on the PGA Tour. Really good caddy. That's now a caddy on the PGA Tour. Won two majors. So good pedigree. Played with Mo Norman. Did some work with George Knudson, which was great. And then and forgive me, it's a holiday here, so there might be a lot of background noise. And I have a new phone, so this is all a new experiment here. And then didn't play a lot for my adult life, and then around 2018 got the bug again. I was living in New York City, where I did live for most of my adult life, so I was able to play without, a car there. And now I've moved back to Canada, so I don't have a car, and so I'm gonna have to, at some point, figure that out. So here we go. That's what's been going on around here. I've been doing this for now. This will be now the sixth season. So like I say, every spring I get on or winter and set up some goals for myself. So let's go through what my goals will be for this year. Not to be a letdown or anything, but my goals from last year were pretty helpful. So I think I might just do the same goals. So goal number one: play as many events as I can. Um, that means how many events can I play within a budget? How many can I play that are accessible by transit? And it seems like this year is turning out to be quite a few. So obviously I rent zip cars when there's events that I want to play that are outside of my sort of general area. So, but it seems like I've got quite a few events lined up that I would be able to play. So I'm going to sign up for as many as possible, and then I'll be playing senior amateur, so 55 and over. I could play for some mid amateur. I'll see how my money goes on those, but I'll concentrate on that age group. And then second goal would be what I did last year. Try not to think about my score while I'm playing. It really served me well last year. It's very difficult to do, but it really helped. So I'm going to try and do that again. I'm just going to try to focus on playing the best I can that day, given whatever I show up with. I work full time, so I have limited amount of practice time and a little bit of limited amount of practice resources. Like, I'm not a member of a club, so I'm gonna have to be able to be realistic in what my scores are going to be. But I played well last year, so I want to continue where that go, pick up on the success I had last year. Some sub goals of this are now not to change my bag a lot. Like, not that I've been tinkering with clubs. I'm going to just try. I have a really good set. I'm really happy. I'll do a what's in the bag closer to the beginning of the season. I'm just tweaking everything up, getting new grips. Yeah, I'm looking for a new hybrid shaft, but I've got, I think the bag is really good. So don't mess around with the bag. Keep using what I'm using and see how everything shakes out. And then another goal is, like I've been sort of talking about, is getting my ball speed up or my swing speed up. I'm always working on that. So I'm trying to get up to like about 145 ball speed in the sim. I work at a golf store, so 145 ball speed in our simulators at the store. Any more would be great, but that gets me up to a pretty good distance. Carries and then rollouts. I'm going to be playing a little shorter courses this year because of senior events. So that I can that totally gets me enough distance to be more than competitive. So those would be the two sort of sub goals. What I'll do is I'll do a what's in the bag, and then at the end of the year I'll jump on and I'll see how I did. What I tend to do is I keep some stats. I've been keeping. If anybody's familiar with Scott Fawcett, he has a set of stats. He calls it the Tiger Stats. It's just 5 parameters that he tracks through his tournament rounds. I only keep stats for my tournament rounds. I don't get to play a lot of golf outside of tournaments. Unfortunately, I get to practice a lot, but not a lot of rounds. So, we'll try to get a few more in this year. But yeah, I keep those stats. So I'll track those. I'll start tracking those in the rear and see if at the end of this year, see if I was able to gain anything over last year. Although I was able to tighten those up quite a bit, so that was great. So yeah, there we go. I mean, just a quick video. Excited for this year's season. It'll be my first season as a senior. Really thankful for anybody who's been following along or some new subscribers, which is great. Again, I don't play a lot of golf on this channel. It's more just talking head, what I'm thinking about, what I'm working on, how I'm strategizing, trying to maximize everything out of my game and my bag and my finances. So I'll do a couple of financial goals as well. I've got those teed up. I'll check in at the end of the year and see how I did with those. Some of the blogs or the YouTube channels I like to follow are a lot like this. There's one called The Tournament Code, which is two guys, and they just get on and they interview a lot of D1 players and great NCAA coaches and people coming out of college golf and teachers. So it's really good. There's a lot of great information on those, so I love to watch those. And then there's another channel, I think it's called 10 Golf, and they put all of the press conferences from each tournament, whether it's the DP World Tour, PGA Tour, or Live, and the winners, and everybody's involved in press conferences. Great to listen to those guys and just hear what's going on in their head. So I'll try maybe put links to those in the description. So there you go. Yeah, we'll do signups this week. They open up. Hopefully I'll get into the 2 events that I want to focus on up here in Ontario. There's some other events that will open up later in the year, and then some nice events that potentially I can get into at the end of the year. So we'll just lead up to a couple at the end of the year, and then we'll jump back on, and I'll let you know how we all did. If you have anything you want to say or any questions, jump into the comments. I'm always happy to see comments. I try to read them all and reply. And thanks everybody for the support. Yeah, here we go. 2024, first season of being a senior amateur golfer, 55. So should be pretty fun. And then we'll check in at the end of the year, and I'll do some check-ins as the year progresses, give you updates. Okay, as always, thanks for following along, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.